Today, she headlines global stadium tours and commands the music industry. But in 2010, she was a 15-year-old girl waiting tables between shifts, entirely alone in a foreign city. The isolation was compounded by an early, devastating rejection. When she auditioned for her primary school choir, the teacher explicitly told her she lacked the talent to sing. Rather than accept that verdict, she made a terrifying calculation. She convinced her parents to let her move from Kosovo back to London, by herself, to hustle for a career in music. Her refusal to accept no for an answer functioned as a survival trait, a direct inheritance from a family that had already been forced to rebuild from nothing. In 1992, her parents fled the violence and ethnic cleansing in Kosovo. They left their homes and careers behind to rebuild their lives from scratch in England. The trauma ran deep. Her grandfather, a respected historian in Kosovo, refused to rewrite history to suit the Serbian regime. He was fired for his defiance, and the resulting stress ultimately caused a fatal heart attack. Because of the war and closed borders, her father was trapped in London, unable to return home to bury him or say a final goodbye. By 2014, she was applying that same tenacity to the music industry. She studied the corporate landscape like a chess match, identifying a strategic opening for a female pop lead at Warner Bros. And meticulously positioning herself to claim it. Securing the record deal got her foot in the door, but the actual trial of her resilience would come from surviving the brutal scrutiny of the public eye. Early in her career, clips of her live performances went viral for the wrong reasons. The internet relentlessly mocked her stage presence, picking apart her dancing and labeling it stiff, robotic, and awkward. Standard celebrity playbooks usually call for retreating or lashing out. She did neither. She quietly hired a choreographer and spent months drilling her routines in private. While she was fixing her stage presence, her personal life was unraveling across tabloid front pages through a series of highly scrutinized public breakups. She took the public humiliation and the heartbreak and channeled it directly into her breakout hit, New Rules, writing her own playbook and forcing the critics who mocked her to dance to her track. In early 2020, as the world locked down and global panic set in, she took a massive risk by refusing to delay the release of her album, Future Nostalgia. This graph illustrates the industry landscape at the time. While most pop music streams plummeted during the initial lockdown, providing a meticulously crafted dance record to a trapped global population sent her numbers surging upward. Don't Start Now secured the longest top 10 stay for a British female artist, and Levitating topped the Billboard year-end Hot 100. The industry responded. She secured an extremely rare RIAA Diamond certification and swept the major awards, including the Grammy for Best Pop Vocal Album. She leveraged this success to buy back her publishing rights and master recordings. She had constructed an independent, untouchable pop empire, one she was about to risk entirely. In late 2023, at the height of her commercial power, she publicly demanded a ceasefire in Gaza, a stance carrying immense professional liability for a mainstream pop artist. For her, the politics were personal. Raised by refugees who survived ethnic cleansing, she understood exactly what it costs when the world ignores civilian casualties and closed borders. The retaliation was severe. An Israeli music group released a track that explicitly called for her death. Face to face with severe backlash and threats, she refused to issue an apology, delete her statements, or walk back a single word. The public didn't abandon her. Months later, she headlined the Pyramid stage at Glastonbury, performing to a crowd of over 100,000 people, proving her convictions had only strengthened her bond with her audience. As a Time 100 honoree and an independent cultural force, she now exercises total control over her public narrative. In May of 2026, she married British actor Callum Turner in a quiet, grounded civil ceremony at a local town hall. The wedding took place in London, the same city where she arrived as an isolated 15-year-old with nothing but a suitcase and a goal. A primary school choir teacher told her she lacked the talent. The internet turned her into a punchline. But armed with the unbreakable resilience of a family that survived war, the girl nobody believed in engineered a career no one thought she could.